Welcome to TPT. It's Truth Podcast Thursdays in the house, and we got Dirty Rolls up in here today, y'all.
Yeah.
Big time name in Lexington.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. You got a new movie coming out.
I do. Well, it's not a movie; it's a series.
Ooh.
So it's 6 episodes for each series. It's each series, and it's two series.
Okay.
So season 1 and season 2.
Okay, what's the movie or the series about? Because I thought it was a movie. Like, it's a big deal being hyped up in the city.
All right. So the series is about a Lexington businessman, myself. I had completely left the streets alone. I'm on to doing my construction business. It's got some nonfiction in there, but it has some fiction in there as well. But it's about a businessman. He had left the streets alone, and his brother calls him. He's like, "Hey, bruh, I need to hit a lick." And he knows that I still had ties to the street. So I said, that's my brother. I got to look out for my brother.
Right.
So I told him, I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a dice game up, and y'all come up here and rob the dice game. And that's how it all starts. Now, my brother being him, he's just somebody who likes to look out, right? The lick really wasn't for my brother, because my brother wasn't ever hitting bad. If he was, he knows that his brother would look out.
Right.
Our cousin had just came home from the penitentiary, and instead of coming to me, because he knows I know his past, he went to my brother. But my cousin knows I would have looked out, right? But he knows my soft spot is my brother, so he went to my brother, and the story just kind of elaborates from that point on.
It looks juicy. It sounds like some stars.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you said that. I'm working with a company that's trying to get it placed on. We're gonna go through Tubi first.
Oh, Tubi got some hot.
Oh man, Tubi got some hot movies. They also got some movies that should have been edited better.
Oh, I 100% agree with you on that.
Well, we made sure that ours is edited to the T. And I'm not tooting our horn, you know what I'm saying? I'm just somebody that when I notice flaws, because we're movie connoisseurs. We watch all type of movies, from the drug dealing movies to the action packed movies.
Kid movies even.
Kid movies, yeah.
We've seen a bit of kid movies.
Yeah, so we came up in the 80s through the 90s, and then the 2000s, and then we in the.
We remember when movies was on VHS and that tape would come out.
Yeah, so we watched the really, really good movies, and then we're seeing everybody trying to get into the movie roles, and some of them just aren't up to par. The endings of movies don't fit the bill, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're mad when it's over.
Like, dang man, is that how it's ending?
Yeah, I'm like, really, I wasted 2 hours watching this.
That's a lot of the movies that we get today, but me being a movie connoisseur, I'm like, I feel like I could do better than that. I mean, yeah, I got an imagination, but I can also incorporate some of my life.
Yes. I
can incorporate some of it that's not my life and make it juicy. Now, I want everybody out there that's watching the podcast, I want everybody out there that's watching the podcast to understand that this is entertainment. We are entertaining. So some of it may be real, some of it may not.
Right.
50 has it on his BMF. Some of the depictions that you see on this may be real, may not be real. But, all in all, we just trying to entertain. And I'm trying to bring that path to Lexington, because I haven't seen it done here, especially by people of our color.
Of color. Yeah. That's actually what I've talked about, like my past few interviews. That's what we've talked about. What can we do to make Lexington better? I want truth in this experience that I'm walking into. It's true to make Truth Entertainment a spot where we color can go and entertain and do venues and reach out with local artists, because I don't see that here. I'm from Chicago, so
okay, Chatham.
Yeah, Chatham. Yeah, that's how I was feeling that when you walked in. I was feeling that. But people, we don't have the entertainment. I would love to see more concerts here, and that's what a lot of things that we want to do, and you just have like this big name. Because people are like, you know who Dirty Wurlz? I'm like, I don't have a clue, and I've heard so many people throw that name out there because I'm not from here. I've never heard. I was like, well, I'm kind of interested in knowing who this man is because you have such a good reputation in the city of Lexington too. It's not a bad thing when people say your name. It's like nothing but the highest of respects.
I totally appreciate that, and it takes years and years and years to wash the dirt off your name, so I try my best to have a good representation of myself. Being in the music industry, when you start speaking of concerts, I know the people that bring the concerts here. I know the people that are doing. I know the people. I'm when I tell you I'm in every room, I could be in the room with the mayor. I could be in the crack house. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of person because I carry myself like this. If I'm a businessman, I'm a businessman on all levels.
Yes.
So you saying that, man, it makes me all warm inside.
Oh, I'm glad it makes you feel all warm inside.
No, but for real, I've started out doing music a long time ago with a guy named Lee Carter, R.I.P. to my partner. That was my dog, and he was one of the first people to get me into a studio. He was like, we were riding freestyle. He was like, Wurlz, man, I gotta get you into a studio, bro. I was like, Lee, man, you know, I'm out here doing this, doing that. He's like, bro, you got to be in the entertainment. He's like, bro, you letting it go to waste. So long story short, I started out with Lee, and this is when rap was unpopular. You know, this is let me rephrase that. It was popular on TV. In the streets of Lexington, it wasn't so popular. You had groups like the Mad Militia, and they were the backpack groups, but they still were like mainstream hip hop. Like they would get together at the micro city parties, and you know they be in a circle of 20 and 30 people, and they in there freestyling. And I was like, damn, like I like some of the stuff that they saying. It was hard.
You were listening to the words.
Yeah, because it was freestyle. 9 times out of 10, it wasn't no beat. It's a cipher. And it just grabbed my soul, and, you know, I was rapping on the bus when we were in middle school. And no, my bad. We was rapping on the bus in elementary. And my partner, Walt Claire, he used to always send it to me. He's like, hey, Wurlz, man, I still remember y'all bus run. Now, look, I'm 45 years old now.
No, you ain't.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't believe that.
Yeah. I'm like I said,
yeah.
I've been there. I'm there. But he's quoting something that we did back in elementary. Do you hear what I'm saying? So that just lets me know, man, we left a little staple on the game, man.
But that just shows you how much impact you show as a person. Like when you impact people. So when you meet them, you have a very powerful impact as a person.
At the same time, you still got to be modest about it. Don't walk around with the big head because a balloon head can be popped.
Very easily. I get that. So humbling yourself. So you just said you've done a little bit of everything. So I take it that you were in the streets in your old life, as I call it. And now you are like this great businessman that turned it around. So that's like a very impactful thing to our black community because we struggle with that right now.
I just say that I'm not going to sit there and make like I'm some street god. I dibbled and dabbled like most African young males.
Yes.
But I didn't let it consume me. I also have a college degree.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. What did you study?
I have a bachelor's in the arts of science. I was a history major. So
that's why videography and everything's so passionate for you because that's what you studied.
I was a history major and I was top five GPA when I graduated.
That's amazing.
I always throw it out there too.
You have to, yeah. Like you're supposed to brag on yourself. Good accomplishments, we brag on ourselves. How are you able to balance that? Because you know, kids today, they're so for the streets that they don't see that black men can be strong and powerful like yourself. Yeah, you did what you did, but you also did it, I feel like, for a greater cause after you telling me that. Does that make sense?
It makes all the sense in the world. I used to say I had 3 things that I wanted how did I used to say it? I would have the I would have a regular job. I would be grinding, but I also would be going to school to try to graduate to have something to really fall back on.
Fall back on.
So working a job, I was working at Elder Beerman when I was in college. I would come home from Elder Beerman, and me and my partner CJ, we would ride all night long, and I ain't gonna give y'all too much, but we was,
You was in your 20s.
we was getting it.
You was in your 20s. Yeah, that's understandable.
And I mean, I was from Lexington to Richmond to Georgetown to Frankfurt to Cincinnati. I mean, to Atlanta, back to Chicago. Like, when I got the name Wurlz, Dirty Wurlz, That's
okay.
where the name came from. And
Okay.
And look, I have many partners that vouch for that.
Okay.
And it's like I said, it's nothing to glorify when you look back on it. But at the time, hey,
it's a part of your story.
it is what it is.
It's part of your journey,
Yeah.
too. I think that's what shapes you and molds you into, like, the great man that you are. Because, like I said, I've heard nothing but highly things about you coming out of, like, the business community and things like that. So it's nothing negative. So I think that's important that you have went from one lifestyle to owning your own business. Like, and that's where I feel like we lose our young kids at now. Is, like, because you can't get out, I feel like.
One thing that I'm going to do right now, I encourage people to get a business only if you are a self-motivated person.
Yes.
Because if you jump into a business and you're not self-motivated or you don't know how to get out here and push yourself,
ask questions, humble yourself.
Like, if you can't get your ass up out the bed, starting your own business is not for you. People that work with me or work for me, they understand that, like, I'm a frontline type of person. I'm out there on the ground with you. Like, before I ask you to pick up a shovel, I'm gonna pick up a shovel, and then I'm gonna say, hey man, get down here and help me. If I'm paying you, I'm not paying you to watch me. Right. I'm paying you to help me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree, yes.
And you'll respect me more because I'm in the field with you. It's almost like a general that's on the front line.
Yes.
Like, you're going to respect the general that's out there fighting with you, but somebody that's sitting out there in the back and telling you, hey, y'all go out there and do all the shooting, you ain't going to respect it.
You ain't going to go for it, too.
No, not at all. So the people that vouch for me, they're going to vouch for me and say, oh, yeah, he's for real. And if you not picking up your slack, I'm going to pick up your slack, and I might not tell you come back tomorrow.
That's real, though. Like, I'm the same way. Like, people say that's tough, but it's a little bit of tough love, as I call it. Yeah, because I'm willing to put myself out there, so that's the least that you can,
I tell my people all the time, man, I want you, but I don't need you.
Yes, that's the best way of putting it.
I want you, but I don't need you. I would love to work with everybody, but before I beg you, I do the shit myself.
I get that.
that's me in a nutshell.
I get that. So you said something that I've been on the first of the year. I've been trying to get up at 4 a.m. because I'm trying to become more disciplined because I'm in this partnership at Truth. And I think coming into the office at 9 o'clock, that doesn't work when you're a business owner. That works when you're in corporate America. And I came from corporate America, so that was cool then. But now, no, it's like a lot of 5 a.m. come in here and still not leave until after like 9 and 10 because you got to get the job done.
It's the motivation, man. What is your motivation? All right, so if you don't have that motivation, then I suggest you get a job. I suggest you go work you 8 hours of the day and be under somebody, get some health insurance, and live a normal life. Be a spectator. But if you a boss, then you gonna have to. There's gonna be sleepless nights. Man, my wife will tell you, man, like, there's times she's like, man, you sleep 2-3 hours a day. Man, I can't sleep.
Too much going through your mind.
Yeah, and for real, I was talking to her the other night in our bedroom. I was like, my mind is like, and I was just spitting stuff to her. I was like, they had a movie, it's called A Beautiful Mind, and I'm not trying to say man is a beautiful mind, but I have so much that goes through my mind at one time.
Yes.
When you sit down and you start wanting to pick my brain, I'm like, are you serious? Are you sure you want to do that? Because what I'm going to give you, are you willing to receive it?
Yes.
I tell my daughters all the time, life is like a bowl of like spaghetti. And she's like, they like, what do you mean that you gotta boil the spaghetti and put it in a strainer, strain all the water off and keep the substance. Or like I say, another thing I say, get a sponge and wring out the bullshit.
Yes, I like that one.
But I always tell them strain the water off the noodles, man. Strain the water off the noodles. Once you understand what I'm talking about, I'm like, life will throw it at you, and it's gonna be so many people to bring bullshit into your life. Then you can take what you can use in your life and let the other shit go on about its business. So, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I like that though, because it's like you had that hard time, but you're a dad now. You got a wife.
Yeah.
You're a whole businessman. So that within itself is awesome, because I feel like we lose so many of our men to prison or the grave, and for you to turn it around and make a complete 180, that is like inspiring. I feel like that can be inspiring to any black male in the community nowadays.
But I'll tell you this, that didn't just come from me picking it up. I have a father, my dad. He was one of those people that made you work your ass off. Like, my dad was a this is gonna sound you're gonna be like, damn, for real? Like, my daddy was a police officer while I was doing all this shit, right?
What?
Yes, captain.
What?
Man, I told you my life is like
You gonna make me go back and Google the captains, because I know who you talking about. Like, I just can't
tell you who he is. James Turley, Captain James Turley. That's my dad. But my dad will tell you, like, he used to say this to me all the time. He said, boy, you could do anything. You could fly a damn airplane, but you choose to be out there. He's like, your ass is gonna go to the penitentiary. James, you gonna go to the penitentiary. I'm like, man, I ain't going to no damn penitentiary. I'm like, I'm too damn slick for them to catch me. But, you know, long story short, it was some shit to straighten me up. But this is my dad. My dad was one of them people who was like, he's one of those people that you say, man, Daddy, I'm hungry. He's like, I'm not going to give you a fish. I'm going to show you how to fish.
Teach me how to fish, yes.
Yeah, he's one of them people, I swear.
I'm one of those people, too. Teach me how to fish, because I feel like if you can teach me how to fish, I can eat for a lifetime.
It wasn't that I wanted to now. Look, I'm trying to tell you, I think I was 12 years old. My dad pulled us out the house and told us, we going to work. We was on dump trucks and bobcats at
Good.
12 and 10 years old. My dad started out with the construction company.
Oh.
So he showed me the ropes, but I had to force his hand in order to show me the ropes. I was like, man, you can show me how to do it, and I know how to do something else. He was like, boy, come over my house. I went over his house one day, and he laid it on me like this, and he was like, this right here, I get you paid. And when he showed me how to get paid, I haven't missed since. Legally. My dad, but he was somebody who's gonna whoop your ass first. And I don't mean physically whoop your ass. I'm talking about physically work-wise.
Mm-hmm.
You learn what some real work hours were with my dad. And anybody that knows my dad from West End, they be, Police Turley. But he got a concrete company, and he'll work you to the sun up and sun down.
That's good.
That's just how he was. I mean, no, not. Let me rephrase that. How he is still to this day.
I get it.
Bad boy, the man digs graves. The man does concrete. The man embalmed bodies. He was a police officer. I used to say this all the time about my dad. My dad could shoot you, embalm your body, do your eulogy, because he's a pastor too. Do your eulogy, and then bury you. I should say it all the time, bro. It sounds funny, but as God is my witness, if you know my pops, man, you'll know that I'm not lying, and anybody will vouch for that. That's a true statement.
I like this man a lot.
Man, shit, I learned to love him.
Like, I like him a lot. You just telling me, and that's but that was what molded you into this like amazing man that you are
gave
like,
me
right now.
That's who gave me my hustle, man. Like
the drive that you have.
There's so many hustles that you can get, but when you really look at people out here hustling, I ain't seen nobody hustle like him. Like, legally.
Really?
I saw so many other people that did so many other hustles, but I saw my dad, like, really get it out the mud And my aunties and things would tell me, they would say, Turley, your daddy's been like that since he was like 9 years old.
Really?
I hate to make this about my dad, but this is where you
This is where you came from.
this is where you get Wurls from.
I love that though.
Yeah.
I interviewed several people so far, and a lot of it came from their parents. Like, what made them great is who they came from.
But I never wanted to be no police. He'll tell you that.
Well, I bet not.
I never wanted to be the police ever.
I don't want to be the police either.
Man, I caught so much flack in my neighborhood about my dad. Man, I had to fight so many times in school about my dad being a cop, dog. I just was like, I'm like, nigga, I'm out here with you. What do you mean?
Right, you was like,
that's not my occupation. That's his. But I never lost respect for him.
Yes.
So whatever he did to provide for us, all my other antics, I could say I was persuaded by the money, the easy money. You hear me?
Easy money. What made you get out the game?
I saw that the easy money wasn't easy, and I got tired of doing this right here.
Looking over your shoulder.
All right, because I'll tell this one story, and it's the truest story. So I come home one day, and I look out I'm in the house, and I get a phone call, and my stepdad's like, "Hey, they just kicked in your daddy's door. You kicked in your brother's door." I'm like, "Oh no." So from them kicking in my brother's door, I know that they're coming for me.
Because you and your brother were together doing everything.
Right. And I just happen to be the head of everything. I'm the head of the snake. I look out my door, and they park down the street. I know they coming. I get everything. Long story short, when they come, they don't find nothing. But they got my brother with nine guns and just paraphernalia. But it's bullshit. It's not gonna stick because ain't nothing there to make it stick. Well, we go to court. My brother winds up getting 2.5 years probation, and they hit me with an alpha plea. Basically, my stuff is until I finish probation, this is gonna stick. But I have to do community service. After my community service is over, then all my charges go away. But they never found nothing on me. So what happens is I go do my little community service. My brother does his 2.5 years, and it was one of these. It was a smack on the wrist. But the thing that happened was, it was like they came the day that my dad was supposed to retire.
What are you supposed to retire?
My dad was supposed to retire. The paperwork didn't go through. The paperwork didn't go through with the police department. They came and they kicked in the doors. And with my brother, like I said, they found the 9 guns. We didn't even have nothing at the time that they came. They had some informant. But long story short with that, like, the reason it was sticking to my brother went to court day and got a pistol. He bought the pistol from the state trooper. The state trooper reported the gun stolen.
Oh wow!
I never got to tell that story to the judge and stuff because they just wanted to make it stick to us because they heard that we were doing this and doing that down on Charles. And that's my street. It was a street we had locked up for a second. But they sent them people down there to get my brother, and they was trying to make my brother turn on me. But
that's your brother, yeah.
It wasn't nothing to tell. So, like I said, my brother wound up doing 2.5 years on probation. They didn't have nothing that, they threw it to the wall and the shit didn't stick. But I said all that to say that it's a wake-up call. You get your wake-up call, and if shit comes in signs, and if you're not paying attention to the signs, and you continue to do the same treadmill type of shit in your life,
I agree with you, 100%.
You on the treadmill of life, man. Get off the treadmill and get to moving.
Mm-hmm. But that's all you needed was that kind of wake up call. Like, that's amazing because, a lot of people out here, they don't get it and they do it and they think it's a joke in a game. They keep going.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's amazing that just something that, in the big scheme of things, is so insignificant could just change your whole outlook and everything that you did with your life from that point on.
The scary part is I never knew who told on us. So I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going against the grain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chalk that up and I'm going to move on with my life because, once again, I have 2 different avenues. I'm still working my job.
Right.
I still got the school thing going on. I had dropped out of school for a while because, my wife got pregnant with my daughter, my first daughter, and my second daughter, and we wound up moving down to Atlanta for a couple years. I lived in Atlanta for about 4 years before I came back here. I couldn't move in Atlanta because I had these funky little misdemeanors on my record.
Oh, okay.
I had to fight to get those expunged. I got back up here, started working with my dad again, and I finally got that stuff expunged after about 5 years.
Yes.
So, it was go time after that. After I got that expunged, I started working for Fayette County Public Schools, and started off as a teacher's aide. Then went from a teacher's aide to office assistant. From office assistant to the bookkeeper. Now, me being a bookkeeper really taught me how to run a business, because I'm basically over. It's $120,000 in the SAF, which is a school activity fund, and then you over about $200,000 in the main
education
yeah,
portion,
the main education portion. Yeah, so I'm over $300,000, and it's $300,000.
A lot of money.
And I'm basically, I am the bank.
Ooh, that's.
Yeah, I got me and the principal signed off on this right here, and it's got a balance to a T every month.
So stuff like that too.
I learned about accounts receivables. I learned about, writing checks and getting things out. So it made me an efficient businessman.
Right.
So now I'm sharp as a razor right here.
What age were you about when this was going on?
35, 36, 37. I stayed in the Fayette County Public School system for about 7 years.
I think that's good though, because people, Black in the Black community, we always think we're supposed to kick off and take it by the time you're like 30, and I struggle with that. Like when I hit 30, because I hadn't made it yet, and I knew I wanted it in the drive, it bothered me. So I'm 35 now, and that gives me inspiration because I'm just now at that point where I'm taking off, So that is like, yeah,
it's never too late.
You're right.
It's never too late, and the moment that you think you're too late. Like, I know somebody, there was an old lady, I'm not going to say I know her, but I read and I read articles. There was a lady that's 80 years old. She just graduated from college.
Yes.
So,
I think I know what article you're talking about.
It's only, if you don't have the determination, as a 76-year-old man, it's a bodybuilder. I just looked at this.
There's some great looking 70-year-olds
I'm
nowadays.
saying.
Like, I was just talking to someone about how, like, the bodies, like, we're so much younger than what our grandparents and our great-grandparents were. Like, we do not see 50 as 50. We don't see 60 as 60. Like, It's as young as you feel.
Black don't crack, but it swell. You hear me? They say black don't crack, but it swell if you're eating pig feet and you ain't taking care of your body, so,
and that's true. Like, a healthy diet is the most important thing.
Drink some water, man. I just now started to put these little pounds on, man. When I got 38, I was like, man, got to lose the soda.
Oh, 100%.
Quit drinking so much pop, y'all.
No, yeah.
Get you some water in your life. Man, do some push-ups, sit-ups, get to walking.
Right. At least literally the soda. If you cut out soda, that's 40 teaspoons of sugar every can.
Think about it.
That's a lot of sugar.
Think about it, man.
Now, I cut out the soda, too, and I really haven't done anything, and I think I've lost, like, 12 pounds in, like, 3 months. It's crazy.
Now think about when you put the exercise regimen with it. Like, but you gotta be you have to be consistent with it.
You're right, and that's the problem, it's the consistent.
There's times that I swell up and I look like I'm super swole. But then there's times when I fall off because, man, I done got tired. I injure myself. That's the worst part about me and working out. It seems like I injure myself all the time because I overdo it.
Yes.
Instead of working one day, work on your chest, then work on your legs, work on your chest, work on your legs. I'm somebody who works on my chest, and then I want to curl, and then I work on my chest.
I do everything when I get to the gym.
Yeah,
the whole time.
I ran so much in high school, I was like, man, I ain't running no more. I played basketball in high school. I was like,
I played basketball too. Yeah.
They ran me like Toby.
I don't mind running out. I hated it then, but now I'm like, yeah, let's go for a run. Like, I've been training my body. I want to do, a 5K? I would love to be trained to be able to do a 5K.
I ain't running nowhere, man.
You ain't running nowhere.
Only time you catch me running is when I hear shots, and then I'm out of there.
Right.
But if we start talking about me, and I'll get you off subject because
this interview's about you. Who is that?
But understand this. When I told you that, like, I'm all over the place. That's me.
I get it.
When we get focused on the subject, I can take you down the road of the subject, and then we're gonna venture off into different things because
squirrel. Like, yeah.
Because whatever subject it is, it always has a branch.
I haven't had to travel down here.
Yeah,
I agree.
especially with me.
Oh, me too. That's why I was like, I'll let you, because, like, I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm all over the place. Like,
yeah.
But I think that's the entrepreneur. Everybody I've talked to that's an entrepreneur, that is us. Like, we can't help it. It's like certain things will trigger us, and we're over here, and we're over there, and we're back to where we started because it's just like our minds are so fascinated by something.
But I tell people all the time, I love money. We all love money, but I'm not fascinated by money because I know how to make it. I'm fascinated by a product. And whether it's the music, whether it's like the clothing lines that people have in the city, man, I'm fascinated by your product. And if I think your product's good, you're gonna see me in your product. You're gonna see me rocking your product, whether it's the LINRs, the Life is Not a Rehearsals, or the Life's Journeys, or the Nazi clothings, or the Major Dash. I see the girls with the bag behavior on. It's so many of them. Soul and Roses.
Yes.
Like, I try to support any and everybody's business that I can. People try to knock Jody's Closet. Man, I mess with Jody. That's my partner. Y'all can talk. But guess what? If you see me with some J's on and they knockoffs, guess what? I don't care. Nick, because it's not what you got on, it's the man in it.
Yeah, Jody hustles.
Man, I love Jody. Jody's a hustler.
Jody hustles. I have talked to her about a business tip. Jody hustles.
I like hustlers.
Jody hustles.
And there's too many fugazi cats out here that so worried about what the next man got. Man, like, step your hustle up. That's me. I love hustlers, man. I swear, the world went to shit. The world went to shit when everybody started wanting to be a shooter and everybody wanted to be a gangster and everybody wanted to be a drug head. And I'm like, man, no, let's get back to the hustling.
Yes.
I come from the age of the hustlers.
That's what's different because I'm an 80s baby too, so I get it. Like, we're real hustlers. Like,
man, down south hustlers. I was brought up on Master P, man. Like niggas is getting money when I came up. We got money. I'm not caring about shooting you. We got money and we got the honeys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We out there.
Videos and stuff.
We out fly fresh. We out there trying to talk to the girls. I ain't trying to talk to no guy. Shit, I'm over here. I'll holler at you later, man. Shit, it's a flock of females over here. We gone over to kick it and look fly for the girls. I ain't trying to kill no nigga in no party. I really ain't. The only reason we might have beef is because I'm talking to your girl.
Right.
Shit.
But then y'all used to fight it out. Y'all used to shoot each other. We fought it out. That's why I tell everybody. We used to fight it out.
Look, I ain't got time to do 25 years for
a person.
Yeah, for nothing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. It's 6 billion, maybe 7 billion people on the planet Earth. Shit. God didn't make one.
Right.
That's plenty.
I get it. No, I totally get it.
But yeah, man, I came from the age of the hustlers, man, and I just like to see people hustling. And if you a hustler and you in my circumference, man, let's get it.
I get that. So what do you hustle with? Like, I know we got the series coming out, so you're in video production. You got Dirty Wurlz production, and I heard you've recorded Here at Truth with Nick, and you're one of his best clientele at one point in time. So that's what I'm saying. I've heard nothing but great things about you. So what do we do to when you're in construction? That's 3 jobs. They always say successful people have 7 jobs. I'm pretty sure you got 4 more.
Hey, man, like I told you, like if I do what I do whatever comes to me, as long as, you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna jeopardize me, I'm on it. Like, if it's legal, let's make it pop.
So how can we make Lexington pop? Because I really want, because like I said, I'm from Chicago. I want to see us work together as a community and make things pop. Because if we really try, we can have a community like Chicago. We can have a Atlanta. We can have a Charlotte.
I think that this is like the tip of the iceberg. I swear, and I'm not just saying it because it's my product. Mm-hmm. But think about who I'm reaching out to with this product. All right, so check me. In this series, you're going to see Lexington people, a couple, one Detroit person, and some people from Nicholasville. Not everybody's from the West End, even though it says it's a West Side story, y'all. It's about a West End nigga, and y'all know I'm from the Dirty West. I mean, you know, I ain't never lived nowhere else for real, but what I've incorporated was East End music, West End music, South End music, North Side music. I'm not turning down nothing but my collar. You hear me? Right. So when I start incorporating everybody's music, now it's like y'all have to come together. And when you in my presence, y'all can't bring the bullshit around me because I ain't gonna let it happen, number one. Number two, I'm gonna have security. You gotta get patted down to come in my party. And you gonna want the recognition because we bringing out the people.
Right.
All right, so number two, I'm incorporating, you're going to see the life journeys in there, the clothing that we wear.
Yes.
It's Lexington based. You're going to see the Soul and Roses. You're going to see the Life is Not a Rehearsals. It's in my stuff. So guess what? Now the vendors have to come out because they're going to be like, oh man, I got to see my shit on screen.
Yeah, and promote it too.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a great promotion. It comes full circle. People don't understand. It comes full circle. When you work together, it comes full circle.
So guess what? They don't understand that it's being organized to be a melting pot.
I love it.
It's been organized, and they're going to call me the mad genius because guess what? I'm going to put us all in the same room, and y'all can't fight in there because I ain't going to let it happen.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. And that's like, honestly, that was the goal. Like, that is like what I want to see too. I want to see us all do some things. I want to see us do events together. I want to see us do concerts because we don't have that here.
So guess what? I didn't want to put it out there, and I'm still not gonna put it out there. Y'all be looking what's great. Y'all, if y'all jig with me because when I start bringing the artists to town, I'm start small. As a Life's Journey said, I started local, then indie global. I mean, I listen to everybody. I watch everybody. If I'm clicking you and I'll say everybody that comes to my news feed, if I see you and it's your birthday, I'm clicking to let you know happy birthday. If I see that you got some clothing line, I'm clicking to like your clothing line. If Motif,
Fancy Motif, Heather
Grant. Like, I got love for everybody in the city. Ain't a hating bone in my body.
I totally like.
So do you see what I'm saying? I want you to understand.
I want to collab with you, like, just to get to know you in this little short time. I'm like, man, like, we got to do something.
It's because I respect everybody's brand, and I want your brand to be successful. Because guess what? If you are successful and you are from here, then somebody is going to blow up here. The Boonies, the G Maxes come through here. The Slam Boochies, the Bacon Soda Blues, the Quick Trap Queedies, it's so many to name. The Ellsworth Bentleys, the people that came before them, the Proofs and the Potty Meats, come on, James, the Ace of Spades, like these are people that y'all don't know. That's just letting you know I'm in here. The Vidal Clays. Like y'all, these are names y'all don't know, but these are names that I know because I was there. I was outside.
You sat with them. Yeah.
I was outside. I've watched them. The K States, the Mino Schlicks. Man, there's so many of them. It's so many of them. And believe me, if you've done music here, you've crossed paths with me. I've crossed paths with you. All the DJs, DJ Goldmouth to DJ Easy to DJ Green and Warren Peace, and I could just keep naming Keenan Steele. If you've done anything here when it comes to music, like the Elgins and the Joey Truaxes, I know them.
That's awesome.
I know them, and if I don't know them, we know of each other.
We're in the same circle.
You've heard of me. You've heard of me, and I've heard of you, and I respect you.
Yes.
So, and y'all, please forgive me. Forgive my head, and not my heart, when it comes to me naming out these people. The true legend out East End, Fat Mac. Fat Mac, man.
I love that man.
Hey man, look.
His sister lives down the street from me.
I give love to everybody because I see who does what. Like Fat Mac is like one of the coldest artists in the city, and I say it because when you go and he performs an East Side song, the whole East End knows his shit. Like, you got to know.
Shut up. I know Fat Mac. Like, I really know Fat Mac. We've never talked on that level. I'm going to have to get him in the booth.
I give love to everybody, man, but I'm telling you, that he's solid. He's
so cool, though. Like, that's how I know him. It's just being so cool.
And you'll hear him, he'll be like, see?
Yeah.
He's a real cool ass nigga, man.
He's chill. Like, he is, like, when I say he's, like, one of the coolest, like, people, because his sister lives 2 doors down from me, coolest people I think I've ever met. Just, like, so funny and everything.
But when you start saying Wurlz, and you start saying, like, you gotta understand that me myself. Oh yeah, the bops out Windburn, and I mean it's the Windburn cats, the new G's. Like I am somebody who can go to any hood, and it's gonna be understood that I'm not there to violate. Right. I'm not there to hate. I'm out here because I might know your mama, nigga. Right. Like we cool like that.
Right.
I might know your sister, your brother. I might know you. I ain't coming out here with no ill intentions because you know I'm a West End nigga and I wear that that's on my sleeve.
Right.
But I come out here with good intentions, man. I'm just out here to see how y'all doing, how y'all kicking it, man. We might back when I was smoking, might take a stick to the face and might hit some Henny or something, and then I'm off to back out to the West, Douglas Park.
Your stomping
yeah.
grounds. So you said back when I was smoking, what made you quit smoking?
Man, do you really want to know?
I do want to know.
I thought I was having a heart attack, Phil. All right, so I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all, man. I thought I was having a heart attack, man, and this shit happened. All right, so it really happened when my partner Shaq died.
Okay, I know who Shaq is.
Big Shaq died, and I was driving down Main Street and I was tripping. I couldn't hold it together, and I was hitting the weed, man, and my heart took off, and I'm crying and shit in the car, man. I couldn't even hold it together, man. And I felt this sharp pain in my chest, and I was like, oh shit. So I drove through downtown. I drove up to Chevy Chase, and I go into Walgreens, right? I run into Walgreens.
You know that's been forever. Walgreens ain't even there no more.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
The one on High Street.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So I run into Chevy Chase, and I give me some baby aspirin, and I was like, the lady said, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Man, I think I'm having a heart attack." She's like, "You gonna take more than 2 then?" So, nigga, I done popped about four baby aspirin, right? I'm chewing them jokers up. And I drove over to my partner's. I drove up to Lee's house. This is when Lee's alive. And I drove over to this little. He was living on the street called Duke. I drove over to Duke, and I'm telling Lee, I'm like, Lee, man, I don't know if I'm tripping or if I'm having a heart attack. He's like, nigga, if you tripping, he said, if you having a heart attack, don't die over here and take your ass to the ER. I said, bro. I was like, dawg, you are some type of friend. He said, nah, bro, like for real. He's like, nigga, like, just chill out. He's like, yeah, my palms are sweating and shit. He's like, if I was you, if you have no heart attack, bro, go to the ER. He's like, if not, you feel better, go home and relax. I went home and chilled. Couple days went by. It came back again. So I went on to the ER. What they give me?
Aspirin.
Baby aspirin.
Yeah.
And they do the EKG, and he's like, he don't see no signs, but they won't put me on a treadmill the next day.
Stress test.
Yeah, stress test. I get on the treadmill. I'm running on the treadmill. They get me up as fast as I can go for 12 minutes, right? And they like, no, your heart's strong. Like, but we gonna send you over to the cardiologist. I go over to the cardiologist, and they looking at me, and they like, boy, you got the heart of a 17-year-old. I'm like, this is when I'm 38, right? And I'm like, man, I'm tripping. I'm like, if I got the heart of a 38, then why am I having these chest pains? So they asked me what I'm smoking. I'm like, I'm smoking weed. I keep it 100.
Right.
He's like, doctor said, man, if I was you, I'd just cut back on. He said, because people putting shit on the weed nowadays.
They are.
So I quit smoking. I ain't smoked since I was 38, right? And what it was, I'm gonna tell you what it was. It's the funniest shit in the world, boy. It was gas.
I believe it because you eat the wrong food and it sits up in your chest.
Look. They put me on this shit called omeprazole, man, and it just releases the gas whether you're belching or other direction. But yep, that's what it was. So, but I don't smoke weed. Now, if I do smoke anything, it's hemp. Hemp.
What's the
All right, so hemp does not have THC in it.
Okay. Well, how does it make you feel though?
Like I smoke weed.
Where you get hemp at?
Oh.
You got a Purple Haze by D-Bay?
No.
Because I don't smoke weed either because I have panic
Can't tell you everything. If I tell you, I have to kill you.
I be having... No, you can't kill me. But no, I get it though with like the panic because I would have I get paranoid. So I don't smoke anymore because I get real paranoid.
Yeah, man.
And then they put stuff in it like you said and y'all know what they putting in it. So.
But they got other ways. I mean, you can take some gummies or something like that. But I just stick to my hemp. And
I don't like that.
Hemp is...
The gummies are...
Yeah, they said the gummies are strong.
That's why. You be messed up your whole day. As a business person, that's not for me.
This is honest to God. I've never had any edibles.
Really?
Ever. I can get you some, but I don't jig with it.
I really don't either because they'll mess up your whole day.
Yeah,
and they taste weird.
Like I said, I'm strictly liquor. I drink a beer. But other than that, I might hit a stick of hemp every now and then. But I be so focused on everything else is going on. The only thing you might catch me putting in my body is ibuprofen and water.
Water. So you have a good healthy diet.
We ain't gonna say all that. I still love chicken and fish, and I don't eat a lot of red meat. I'm here and there with it. A good steak every now and then, but I don't jig with the hamburger for real.
You don't eat like a lot of veggies or?
I'm a vegetable king.
Me too.
Yeah.
Veggies.
And I eat fresh. Subway eat fresh. You dig?
I know you were talking about the things that we put into our body is how like we swell and stuff. So the past year I really cut out all fast food, anything because I don't know what's in it, and I just like it's more like a home setting. So if I eat it, it has to be really cooked.
I can't sit there in front, man. I gotta have me a chicken sandwich. You hear me?
Chicken sandwich from where?
From Wendy's, man. They slap.
Oh yeah, they're crispy, big, spicy chicken sandwiches. They're good.
Do me a favor. Do not bring me anything from Chick-fil-A. My body does not agree with it. I think it tastes wonderful, y'all. I just can't eat it. My body says no.
Maybe it's the pickle juice because they soak their chicken in pickle juice.
I don't know what it is. It just says no.
It just says no.
Hey, it's like you remember that bird in there.
Yes.
Just say no. Just say no to the drugs. Just say no to Chick-fil-A, man. Hey, man, Chick-fil-A, please forgive me. Don't y'all sue me, but I can't eat y'all food.
That's okay, though. They're going to come up with a dirty Wurl sandwich just for you.
You dig?
They're going to come with the dirty Wurl sandwich.
Wurl, this is for you, man. You took the pickle juice out, man. I can't eat it grilled. Like, it does something to me. I don't know what it is about their food.
But you like the taste of it.
Yeah. It tastes it's powerful. But later on, I'll be paying for it.
I get that.
But you know what? I can eat some Richie's or Indies and
just deal with it.
And look, Indies got the dirtiest grease in North America, man.
I remember with somebody I read a post and they were talking about Indies. Please leave the laxative off.
No, man. Hey, Indies save you 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, they get that liquor off you, boy. You get that liquor off.
Because you've been waiting in line after leaving the club for 2 hours too, because it's wrapped around.
And you gotta realize I'm an old club vet, so I was in the Legion when it was on 2nd Street. I was 17 years old getting into the Legion. Then the Legion moved up to it moved on to Broadway, and then when it moved off of Broadway, it went over behind across the street from Walmart, where Walmart's at, and then it was at the Swahili. No, it was the Legion. Was it the Legion?
Well, you know, Swahili's is the American Legion now.
Well, it was the Legion at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was 17 years old getting in these clubs with these old people, man, and they love the dirty one.
What was the one on 2nd Street I used to go into? They shut it down.
That was the Legion.
Right there off of 2nd in the corner at Eastern.
That was the American Legion.
It would be, really? It was so much fun. I was like that age too, sneaking in there, with my fake ID.
Yeah, the American Legion.
And TD's was down the street, and then what was the one right there on West End?
That was, the Legion was out West End on the same street it fits. Then there was TD's. I rarely went into TD's. TD's was hard to get into it at one time, and then when I did go into TD's, it was one way in, one way out, and I just wasn't too keen on going in one way in, one way out. And then I would go to Cobra's every now and then.
Yes,
Cobras would be so swole outside though. So
that's the fun part about Cobras.
Yeah,
is outside.
Cobras would be so swole outside. So
yeah.
When I tell you I was on all the scenes, and then when the motorcycle clubs started hitting, like the Regulators and who else did the Stones.
Yes.
Like I'm real cool. I'm cool with the Stones. Well, I was real cool with the Stones. We still jig. You know what I'm saying? I still know some people in there. But when the Regulators hit with Big Mike and Lenny, and that's when Big Mike and Lenny and them started it. Like, this is how I know everybody.
But all that, because I'm just 10 years behind you, but it was so much fun, and we did so much. I don't see that no more. Like, now that I'm getting older, I remember all the stuff, all the places I would go into, and what was it, 333s and stuff,
Yeah.
And we don't have that.
See, but I'll take it back even further. See, they had, up in the plaza, they had Rumors 1 and Rumors 2, and I probably got in Rumors 2 I got in there 2 times the whole time it was over, but I was a real young nigga.
Right.
And everybody knew that I was a cop's son, but my whole family was from Charlotte Court. My mama's side was from Charlotte Court.
Uh-huh.
So all our people lived up in Charlotte Court, so that's why I stayed in the projects all the time.
Right.
I stayed in the projects all the time because I had so much family up there.
Yeah, it's your family.
My mama made us go up there while she went to work.
Oh, yeah, because you knew they were going to look out for you, too.
Shit, I had no choice to. That's what it was. I had no choice. It was, some people go up there because they have to. I had to go up there because I had to. And shit, the rest is history. I had an Uncle Wurl, and my uncle Charles Wayne. They call him Uncle Charles Wayne, and we ran with the old heads. He had all his partners and stuff. They would sit up there and they tagged me along.
Taught you everything.
Watched it all. I watched it all.
But it made you a well-rounded man today.
Yeah, man.
So you did music, or you still do music, right?
I'm getting away from it because I'm up there.
You are not that up there. We're not up there.
Man, when I tell you I'm 45, man, who you know out here besides the people that are established that are really doing music at 45? I've had people ask me to do music, and I'm like, man, I'm really trying to help push music. That's the reason I started the label. So, I started a label,
yes.
And then a little bit later, I started the entertainment company.
Yes.
So
what's the goals like with the label and the entertainment company?
So I wanted to give it about 6 months before I try to sign somebody. Each company is going to complement each other. The movies will complement the music. The music will complement the movies. So I'm using them to piggyback each other.
So you got under an S corp, or you just 2 LLCs running?
Two LLCs.
So have you ever thought about putting them under an S corp and having them be up under the umbrella and the trust and everything like that?
Well, with this LLC, the movie, I'm invested in with a partner,
Okay.
and that's Lexington.
Oh, I like Lexington. He's done a video for
Yeah,
us.
Patrick Marshall,
Yes.
Lexington. So it's together when we do a joint project. It's TMV, and that's Turley Marshall Video Productions.
Okay.
When I'm doing my music, it's Dirty Division Music Group. So I don't want to just pull him up underneath my umbrella unless he wants to be there.
Right.
And we haven't talked about it, but at the same time, like, I don't think he would be opposed to it.
Right.
That's my people, and you know, he'll tell you, like, when I'm square biz when it comes to doing business. I want you to see the books. The books are open for you.
Right.
You know, anything.
That's important.
Anything that we make, you know, you can take your cut, I take my cut, or we can leave it in here and let the money build.
Right.
That's the whole thing, to let it build and push the project better.
Right. No, I totally understand that in getting everything started. Like Rockefeller, he always said that he brought his own family in so that they could be the banking system.
I'm glad that you said that. In this series,
Yes.
I've incorporated my brother, my sister, my cousin, and I asked my mom to be in it. She said, I don't know, JT, I don't know. I'm like, I'm gonna get you in there. I want you in there, and you're gonna play my mom. And she's like, what do I need to say? I'm like, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But where you said incorporate your family, yeah, I want to I'm trying to create jobs.
Right.
So it's some income that you didn't see come. Damn, he really broke me off. Yeah.
But that's how Rockefeller kept his whole family rich, is he incorporated his whole family in the business, and they built the bank, and they brought from the bank and the IULs, and I feel like we don't have that in our community.
How could I forget? My wife is in there, and I'm going to put my daughter in there as well. So, yeah.
So is it going to be a weekly drop of the episode in the series?
No.
How are we doing?
Remember
this?
that it's 6 episodes.
Right.
So when we finally do get it, that's for me and the platform to discuss. Now, if they choose to do it for 6 weeks straight, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
And then season 2, I would give you some, when we get off of here, I'll show you the posters that we've already created for season 2.
Okay.
So we're ahead
Right.
when it comes to doing that. Matter of fact, y'all, when we get off of here, if I have any viewers over there, I'm gonna post the second poster, and that's just for season 2. It's just letting you know that it's coming soon.
It's coming soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Coming soon. I'm excited. So what are we thinking, like summer 2024?
Yeah, definitely so.
Also, you're not going to make us wait.
Not at all.
So when we come on Friday, because I know Nick has tickets for us to come out at the Lyric. Super excited about that. Like, I'm super excited. So we're going to get there, and what are we to expect? How long am I going to sit there?
All right, so each episode is 30 minutes long.
Okay.
I've got the theater from 7 to 9. So I'll give you the rundown of what to expect. A 30-minute episode. Then we're gonna have LaRonda Clay come in.
Comedian.
The comedian LaRonda Clay. She rocked Larry Starks' Real is Rare.
Yeah, I've actually done a little bit of Google on her. She came up
His
with my
Real is
feed.
Rare comedic stand up. She rocked that, and then it's gonna be another episode, which is the episode 2. Larry and I, we haven't really talked, but he's supposed to come. We've been conversing through another partner of mine, Dua Lee, and Terry Dunford. They've been sponsors in this situation. Shout out to Terry Dunford down there in Paris. Shout out to Dua Lee and his nonprofit. Forgive me because I forget the names. I got so much on my mind. But they doing things. A matter of fact, Terry Dunford is the manager of Star Bookie.
Oh, Oh, okay. She's gonna be at the Lexington Public Library in February, helping the kids out. Yes.
And I heard
we work with her with the Arts Association.
Man, she's tough.
I can't wait to meet her.
She's tough.
She's gonna actually open the African American Arts and Stars that we work with the public library. She's actually gonna open with them and open with us on the 24th of February at the Northside branch.
Yep. And like I mean, I'm just telling you how many people I've worked with or crossed paths with. Even Nick's daughter, Lyric,
Lily Rowe,
Lyric, and what's the young guy? Lord forgive me, he works with Nick too.
Ziggy.
No, he's older. He's gonna choke me out when he sees me. Where's Nick at?
Nick,
what's your guy artist's name? We did the show. He was with Lyric and all of them this summer.
Oh, I'm talking about M. Dean.
M. Dean.
Yeah.
There it is, M. Dean. I'm sorry, y'all. M. Dean, man, that's my M. Dean, and he's got a hell of a sound. So, you know, from Lyric to M. Dean to what's the two little girls' names?
The Two Musketeers.
The Two Musketeers.
They're gonna be at the showcase too.
Hey, man. So it's just letting you know that my eyes are open. I'm watching who's doing stuff. Even the people down in Georgetown. My cousin, what's he go by? It's Steve Travis, but he goes by a different name. He can sing his ass off, man. If you are in Lexington and you are doing music, if you're in Georgetown, if you're in Richmond, if you're in Frankfurt, if you're in Louisville, because I'll travel to Louisville. If y'all doing music, I'm not saying I'm going to collaborate myself because I'm getting out of the music, but what I'm saying is drop me some music, man. If you want your music to be heard and I'm trying to push it to platforms, get me something, because you may hear a 15-minute little skit of your music in the series, because that's what Patrick and myself do. Patrick's like, hey man, give me some more material. I give him the material, he puts it in the scene. Now he's the placement person, but if you're getting me the material, I'm gonna get it to the person that's gonna put it there.
So even if we have an artist that
I don't care who it is, man. It could gospel music. I just went all the way to Louisville to have a girl sing gospel, and I'm gonna incorporate my cousin Denisha Coles, and she blows the roof off. I come from a family of people that can blow. My uncle, my aunties, like
that's awesome.
You know, but I'm just trying to keep it to where it's universal, man. I'm not just I'm stay here in Lexington. Nah, man.
I'm be on a global level. I agree.
Yeah.
I want truth to be on a global level too. I agree with that. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
I think we can all do it though. Like,
matter of fact, my partner Dr. Oso's on one of the songs. And that's out of Memphis.
Okay.
So even though I'm saying Lexington music, if I jig with your music, you give me permission, it's going on there.
I love it.
I'm going to try to incorporate it.
And we're going to try to come up with a season 3 after this.
I mean, if they asking for it, which I'm hoping that they will, I'm thinking that they will, because it's decent. It's a little bit better than decent, man. We don't
give ourselves enough credit on our work, so I bet it's fabulous. I can't wait.
I'll let y'all be the judge, but just understand that each episode got better. These are not professional actors, but if I'm pushing you,
they push themselves.
They're gonna push themselves because some of them haven't even seen it. This will be their first time seeing themselves.
I cannot wait. You know I'm gonna have to promote this. Like, this is like a big deal. It's gonna be Friday night.
Friday night, January the 12th.
7:30.
7 o'clock. Try to get there at 7 o'clock because I'm expecting a big crowd. I've already sold 170 tickets. So Lexington to come out with 170 tickets. All right,
that's hard.
The movie theater gets 30 to 40 people in at a time, 50 people. I got 170 tickets sold.
That's amazing.
All right. The room holds 500. It's 301 people the last time I looked that said they're very interested. So, and then there's people that's going to pay at the door. I'm telling you now, once we hit capacity, I can't let nobody else in the building according to the fire marshal.
And they will shut us down, so we can't have it. But I'm excited. So what about the next episode? Are we gonna have to come back out and watch that one?
Hey man, you know what? I'm gonna give the city first dibs on it. My intentions were this. My intentions were to give you the first 3 episodes and hook you in to have you like, man, what's the next 3 episodes coming? And then it was to tell you, all right, it's gonna drop on Tubi, or it's gonna drop on Amazon Prime, or it's gonna drop on Netflix or Zeus or whoever picks it up. Because the people that I'm shopping it with, they say if Tubi picks it up, then all platforms are available to pick it up. And if they pick it up, then the streams go up, and
that puts us on the map. That's awesome.
That's when you start making the money. I say it's a cross between, I'm not going to say McGraw Ave, because McGraw Ave is hard and I like that, but I'm not going to say a Power, because Power is like upscale money, but it's not far off.
I believe it's probably like Power.
I just, within the next couple months, I'm probably gonna do some casting calls to get some beautiful ladies in there, get some people that, Lexington now, because when it catches on, Lexington's gonna be like, oh man, you didn't get me in there.
Right.
Oh family man, I act. So I'm gonna make it as authentic as possible.
Authentic as possible.
Yeah.
When you say beautiful, like, what are you looking at in beautiful? Do you look at
Man,
it just doesn't matter?
It don't matter. Look. I don't care what shape, size, color, creed. You could be green, but if you got a beautiful attitude, man, and you work withable, that's the key,
so you
man.
say people aren't workable?
Oh, my everybody that I'm working with, man, they've been fabulous to work with.
Awesome.
I have not had I had one person that didn't show up all the time, Queedy, but Queedy's a hell of an actor though, and I try to incorporate him more. But I'm not calling you out, Queedy, but I'm calling you out, Queedy. You $2 nigga. That's my dog though. I love me some Queedy, man. He's a real cat. Now I jig with him when they perform. Him and Blue when they perform, them boys is tough.
Oh wow.
Them boys are tough. I was wanting to incorporate them a performance over there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all that within that time frame. So, but you will hear their music.
You're gonna do something else. Is what it sounds like real soon.
Oh man, I got some tricks up this sleeve.
Okay, I'm waiting because it sounds fun.
It's not just about the film though. It's about the music. So remember that I did the film in order to push the music.
Right.
But now the film seems like it's exploding, so I'm gonna have to do more film to put the music in too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I think that's dope.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's dope.
Man, this has been a wonderful interview.
Man, this has been awesome. I've had so much fun talking to you. This has been crazy. I can't wait to pick your brain after this. Okay. I told Nick earlier, I was like, I need my notebook. When you were talking, when we first came in here, I'm like, I'm a very big writing notes when people speak with intellect. So this was amazing. So is it Jim or is it James?
My real name is James.
James.
But I go by Jim Wurlz Turley. I go by Jim because my granddaddy called me Jimbo. He used to say, "Come here, Jimbo." That's where Jim came from.
Okay.
And that's just to honor my granddaddy, Jim Wurlz Turley. Jimbo. Jim. I'm not gonna put the bow on there, but
right.
Jim Wurlz Turley. That was one of my best friends in life.
Do they ever call you James?
My wife calls me James. My mama calls me JT. James Turley.
See, I would call you James too.
Oh yeah, and I want to give you a brief little summary how Dirty Division started. Shout out to my partner Rob Berry. Rob is we both from Lexington, and Rob lives in Atlanta.
Okay.
That's where I went down to Atlanta for. We went down to Atlanta to touch music. We touched a lot of people down in Atlanta. It's just things didn't work out for us down there, and I'm like, man, I'll go home and conquer the hometown first, bro.
Your stomping ground.
Yeah, because I'm known here.
But I think it's great.
Yeah. Because
people always ask me, do you know? And I'm like, no, but now I can say, I know who Wurlz is. I like Wurlz setting the big red chair.
Yeah, man, and this is, if you ain't known in your hometown, who are you?
Right.
Like really, if you're not known in your hometown, how you gonna go somewhere else and blow up? People gonna call back and say, "Hey man, do you know this cat?" And people gonna say, "Yeah, we know Wurlz, man. Wurlz is down after he's a down earth nigga, man, but he business though. He's gonna stand on that."
I love it. I can't wait. We got 2 nights, 48 hours. You got any nerves?
No.
You ready?
I
Smooth as a cucumber, right?
I performed in Rep Arena. I performed on the Legend Stadium. I performed in Brooklyn. I performed in Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. Stage don't scare me.
I know, but it's a new business adventure. You're doing like a whole new thing.
I'm a boss, babe.
Okay, they say the most dangerous boss is the ones that you don't see the fear in their face. And I said, that's what I'm going to do this year. You're not going to see any emotion. I'm going to come in straight face because I show a lot of emotion.
I got to do business with corporate America all the time. So if I'm not scared of them, and these are the people that pay me, and they are very intricate about the work that I do, then me delivering it to my people who I know and see every day,
right? There's
no way that I could be nervous because what I'm giving you is a product, and that's what hustlers do. I'm gonna give you a product, and I'm gonna give you my poker faces. I'm giving you my product because I need you to know that my product is blue magic.
Yes.
With blue, what did he say? What did he say in training? No, what was it? In American Gangster, it says blue magic. You ain't got to put nothing on the blue magic. You hear me? Denzel went through it. He's like, man, you ain't got to put nothing on the blue magic. And Bumpy was like, who? No, it was Nicky Barnes. He's like, you come in here with it. Nah, man, you ain't got to put nothing on the blue magic, man. When I give it to you, I give it to you raw.
I love it because I give it to people raw too.
Yeah.
Either you like it or you don't. I don't care.
My thing is, I stopped trying to please people a long time ago.
You definitely get that.
It's even harder to please myself because I'm very intricate about it. So I'll go back and tear it down and build it back up, tear it down because it just don't look right to me. If it don't look right to me, then it's not gonna be right.
Perfection.
But if I've tore it down till I can't tear it down no more, and we've edited until we can't edit no more, and then I'm like, that's it.
No, I get that because I do a lot of editing. I do everything here for Truth, and I get called a perfectionist a lot, but I can't help it. I'll sit there for like 12 hours looking at the same screen until it's right. I get that.
Just understand that if I'm saying this right, I feel like I have, I say this is something else that I say. I feel like I have some good taste, whether it's in food, wine, women, music. I have a good taste when it comes to that. And I'm not going to give the public some bullshit.
I feel that. I feel that 100%.
Because my partner Stu's in the show. Stu said it only takes 5 people to ruin you in Lexington.
Facts.
5 people. Oh man, that wasn't shit. Oh man, that was garbage. It takes 5 people in Lexington to ruin you. Because guess what? Everybody else is gonna piggyback off it.
Yep.
Oh man, it was garbage, man. Oh man. So I tried to let me lighten the load before you even get in here and start the hating. I'm gonna beat you to it. I'm gonna beat you to your hating. Oh man, that wasn't the West Side. It wasn't a bunch of West Side niggas in there. You're right. It wasn't. Cause if I depended on a bunch of West End niggas to be in the film, guess what? They would do what they want to do. Number one, they wouldn't show up. It's going to be somebody that's going to do what the hell they want to do. No, I need somebody to follow the script.
Right.
These are people that acted exactly like I wanted them to act. So I'm beating you to the punch about that, number one. Number two, if I'm giving you a product, I want the product shot the way that I want it, not the way that you see it.
Yes, agreed.
I don't need you to direct the director. No.
Oh, I understand that.
Understand that, like, I know you may be alpha male on whatever you're doing, but if I'm the money and this is my equipment, I'm the alpha male. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm trying to direct you. It's a difference. I'm not bossing you around. I'm saying, hey, this is how the script goes. Let's go this route because this is how the script is written. This is how it's supposed to be seen.
Right.
So let me direct you in the vision that I have. I had the vision. I didn't want. I don't need you to come in. Well, man, we need to go this way, Will, man. And I'm like, I'm not arguing with you about my script, my cameras, my lights.
I get it.
My action.
I get it. You're the artist. You're the boss. Like, you're the director. So it has to be done a certain way. Yeah. And people just got to follow suit.
Because guess what? We got to this point. We got to this point where you and I are sitting. We got to this point where the posters are being printed. We got to this point where we're shooting a trailer because it was my vision.
Right.
All right? And it's Patrick putting my vision on screen, and it was me reaching out to the artist to say, hey, this is the product we have delivered.
Right.
We want y'all to see it first before we deliver it to the world.
I love it. I can't wait. Friday night, y'all understand, it's going to be crazy in Lexington this Friday night.
See, and I know, look, I'm telling y'all now because I already seen it coming. I see that the Henry Clay Bryan Station game is popping off, and I want to go to it too, but we had already put this out there, so I didn't know that Henry Clay was going to be undefeated, and Bryan Station's out here tapping tail like, hey, high school basketball's back in Lexington. Hey,
it really is.
I'm saying all that, man, because look, I'm on the scene, y'all. I'm outside, man. I'm watching what's going on. I love it. I love the city is back, man. The city's back. My next thing is, though, I'm going to try to start having something for these high school kids so they can stop doing all the bullshit. They can get back to mingling and having fun and have security out there in the parking lot. Y'all don't understand, but I got big plans for this city, man.
We got big plans, too, especially when you said the high schoolers and getting the kids out. Like, so we definitely got to collab with Stars.
We need to collab.
The nonprofit. Yeah, we definitely got big plans.
So you know Stars?
Yes, I know Stars. We're taking it back over. Yes.
Hey, so shout out to Stars. Shout out to any and everybody. Look, y'all. We got to take back our city. And this is how we take back the city, y'all. We take back the city by directing the youth. Once again, we're not bossing them, we're directing them.
Absolutely. Like, when you said high schoolers, like, we are definitely going to have to get that together because Stars is like, that was a big project that planned and got paused during COVID, and I picked it back up, and I think I've slept with Stars many of nights and revamped it. And
pause.
I'm serious. I've slept with the book, okay? I've slept with the whole book. Like.
But that's what our generation had. And I've heard so many people say, oh, man, we miss Micro City. I'm like, y'all right, we do. And the city took a major hit when Micro City went down. And there's so many people that want to revamp it. And I'm like, yes, we need to get something back for these kids to do. So anybody out there that wants to collab and get something going, whether it's party-wise, whether it's with the youth, whether it's with music, whether it's with film, hey, man, I'm all ears, but I'm also all action, man.
I think that's what you said, all action, because I talk to people all the time about collaborating, and they don't ever take the action. So, like you said, you can't run behind it. You just got to keep going.
Man, I'm action. I'm not going to do a bunch of talking. Like, I got 2 situations going on right now. I can't tell y'all about it because otherwise I'm just doing talking.
That's jobs 4 and 5. That's what I was going to say. We got 2 more. I knew you were up to some stuff. We already talked about it.
The thing is, this is me. I don't want to be this person that's talking and then it fall through, then he was just talking.
I get that.
But
I feel that.
I'll tell you about it after it's already in motion.
I feel that. That's how I felt about the podcast and getting it started and everything like this. Like, it had to be in motion.
Yeah,
show you better, you can tell. That's something you always say.
Show you better, you can tell them?
I can show you better, I can tell you.
Yeah.
That's
it. I'll show you better, I'll tell you.
I can show you better than I can tell you, because guess what? If I tell you, then guess what? I'm like 90% of the people in the city, man. I'm
just talking.
Just doing this.
A bunch of hot air.
Man, but not to say they don't have good ideas.
No, they have great ideas, but you got to put the action behind it.
Act on it.
And quit being scared sometimes. Sometimes just do it.
I have no fear.
And that's why you're so successful and so great. Yeah, you have no fear.
I don't, because you know what? If you don't jump, you don't know if you can fly or not.
That is so true. Or soar, if that matter. Forget flying. You might soar once you jump.
Yeah. Well, you might die.
Well, we hope not.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure, man.
It's been a pleasure, too. Y'all, this was Jim Dirty Wurlz Turley.
Yes.
That's a mouthful, Jim Dirty Wurlz.
Just go by Wurlz, man. You can call me
Wurl.
Wurlz, yeah. I'm trying to take the dirty off here, man, but, it's still dirty division. You dig?
Okay. Wurlz.
Yeah, and that's WURLZ. Wurlz. Not world. Wurlz.
Wurlz.
Yeah, let that roll off your tongue.
So, this was so much fun. Only at the truth. And I was your host, Sharitha Chantal, and this is Wurlz. We'll see you later, guys.